for a rehearsal.
Rehearsal?
Charge.
What is that you're saying?
What is that you are saying? Steve. That was back in the LP days, and I listened to Steve Martin records a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I had that King Tut.
Oh,
I
sure.
had that one too.
Oh, that was a smash hit.
Yeah.
But Let's Get Small. I mean, it's good comedy, and he kind of was the first stadium comic.
I think so, too, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
and
Make
just
it
great.
that big.
Yeah, man, he's funny.
Yeah.
And stadiums, they were like 30,000 people.
Have you guys seen Only Murders in This Building?
Not yet.
I haven't seen it.
No. But I like he and Martin Short
Yeah.
typically.
Yeah.
Sweet buttercup.
Yeah, no, Steve Martin. And he's a great banjo player. Because
Yes.
isn't it the Steve Martin brothers? That's he on one side is comedy, and on the other is it's just like this giant Washington State belt buckle.
Oh.
And it's him with a banjo. Oh, it's great.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know he toured with a band for a little while.
I
Actually had a
that's
little
right.
I know he was-
Yeah, right
was
on.
doing
Yeah. No, he's an
exclusively
exceptional.
music for a while.
Oh, yeah, no, he's a great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And during
Have you ever
COVID,
played banjo?
I have played, but I tune banjo the same way I tune everything else.
Is it a difficult thing to play more
I don't
so
know.
than a guitar?
If you're not a finger picker, it might
Okay.
be.
I
But
think it's a different style of playing than playing guitar.
well, you can do just like with a ukulele or whatever. You can play what you want to play,
Any kind
but
of
it's not. It might not be what's traditionally done on that instrument. But yeah, no, anybody can play whatever they want.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Heavy
That's kind of the
metal.
whole point.
They should be playing heavy metal on the banjo.
I know. When I was
I'm
taking,
sure somebody did a banjo.
I'd like to see like them doing
versions,
like
for sure.
the
ding 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 ding.
the finger picking that Van Halen did on Eruption.
on a
I don't know.
banjo,
Yeah,
On a
geez,
banjo.
banjos are really
Yeah.
tight. I
Somebody
don't know.
plays-
Somebody can tab it. I certainly couldn't. But
I went.
because it's that drum head that resonates, right?
yeah, that's what makes it so bright. Anyway,
Yeah.
right. It doesn't have the warmth of wood, and
Right.
the more wood, like on a dreadnought guitar or something, the more warm and calm the tone would be.
Ding, ding,
Right?
ding. My
Oh, yeah.
big old baby likes to eat, likes to eat. My big old baby likes to eat.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah,
yeah.
that sounds about right.
That was Stewie in,
Oh,
I
right.
forget what
Oh, geez,
God.
that's great.
episode that was.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben's cool though. I had one for many years.
Did you?
But yeah, but I tune everything open. So, and sometimes people, get that, and some other times they don't. So,
Nice. Dope.
oh, look at that! Right on.
There's something. It's coming through the air.
Love this job.
Grab it, Mike. Grab it. Someday we'll write lyrics to that. And the first lyric will be like, hey, Todd, you let us know when it's time to go.
I'm pretty sure I just did. Yeah.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Our Town Podcast.
Good to see you.
Extraordinaire.
Coming to you from the historic Renton Civic Theater
yes.
in beautiful downtown Renton, Washington.
Heck yeah.
And a big welcome to all of our listeners in Indonesia and around the world.
Yeah, wonderful.
We appreciate you being
Yeah,
here.
no, I appreciate all of you being here. But the distance
Great
just adds a
Britain as
little,
well.
Just a little
In
more love.
Australia.
zazz.
Yeah, all kinds. We
that's
we
great.
have listeners from all around the world.
Yeah, the sun never sets on Our Town Podcast. That's what we're
Yeah.
going. That's our new
I love
slogan.
it. I love it. And it is on the internet. I mean, you can
that's true.
listen any time.
From anywhere.
Don't
It is,
let
it's
the
great.
sun go down on me.
Yeah, dudes, this is episode 37, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's gone fast.
And I'm calling
Did you
I feel
say
like we're
37
37.
in a row?
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I mean, we did sort of a retro,
Yeah.
what do you call it, a rerun episode.
Sure,
Come
sure.
on.
In,
You
but-
didn't catch that reference? Oh my god.
Oh, I didn't, sorry. Are you going to enlighten us?
I will, because you guys clearly have never seen Clerks.
I have seen Clerks.
37 times in a row.
That's
Oh,
not
jeez, I don't know.
clicking,
Yeah,
bro.
no, I didn't.
So-
I've seen the movie
Yeah.
like 30 times, but it's not clicking.
I've seen it a bunch of times because I'm a huge fan of his movies. But there's a line in the movie where he's asking her how many guys she's been with, and she's like 36. 36. Well, you're 37. 30. I'm 37. and then they have a big fight, and she leaves, and she's like, my girlfriend, she sucked 37 dicks, and some guy in the parking lot was like, in a row.
Oh, okay, got it. I do remember them arguing about partners.
In a row?
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, Todd, tonight's safe word is for our back to school episode
okay,
is
Mike?
protractor.
I forgot all about that.
So if anybody
Right. Oh, geez. there you
needs
go.
assistance, we need to stop. Just yell out protractor, and we will
Protractor.
stop this
Show
here
people.
show and check on you.
I thought you said prolapse her.
Pro what?
Prolapse her.
Prolapser. Okay, no. Protractor, you know, the little
Yeah.
round thing.
The thing
For geometry.
Geometry.
Yeah.
Or
That's
making
it.
maps or something.
And I'm calling this the back to school episode because
Ah,
kids
shucks.
in Renton are
Yeah.
back to school today.
Wow, that's
If you're watching this a couple of days ago, if you're watching this on Friday,
The kids are back in school.
Kids are back in school.
man.
So I thought it'd be kind of fun to go around the table here, just like we did in grade school, and have the teacher ask what we did on our summer vacation.
Oh, man.
Todd, what'd you do on your summer break?
I hung out with these two guys and recorded a podcast
Yeah,
every
gee.
week.
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah, that's time well spent,
yeah.
young
Well
man.
spent time. You did a lot of movies this summer, right?
I took full advantage of my Regal Unlimited account, and there was a bunch of movies I wanted to see. So, I went frequently. In fact, I started using Reddit this summer. I have had an account for fucking ever, but it just never really bothered to open it up and actually look at shit. But one of the groups or subreddits I follow is the Regal Unlimited thread, and somebody was complaining yesterday about there's an ad at the beginning of every movie after the commercials, or right before the commercials rather, about the Regal Unlimited, where people are walking into the theater and they're quoting famous movie quotes, and they were complaining about how
Oh yeah, that's a dumb commercial.
yeah, it's a goofy commercial. I never care. I didn't care one way or nothing.
It's like Danny Trejo. I know it was you, Fredo, because somebody drank all his soda.
right, yeah. Oh, there people were complaining that the quotes being used didn't flow right for the conversation. It's like, are they really supposed to be
Yeah.
like a conversation, or is it just
Random.
they're just using quotes to kind of
And for ads to get free publicity on whether or not they're effective ads is great for being an ad.
That's true. Yeah.
And so
if it's
I was-
talked about, right?
And so I was like, it doesn't really. I mean, maybe you're seeing way too many movies if you're going to complain about this thing that happens at the beginning of every fucking movie. Maybe you should take a break and then wait. Knowing that the movie is going to be in theaters for probably a few weeks, you don't have to see it immediately when it comes out.
Or even if you do, just that's the time when you're on your phone, closing everything out, so that when the real shit comes up, your phone's not on.
Yeah.
Not on no more.
Right? And it's like, that's what that first, it used to be like 3 minutes of the movies, and now it's, 23 and a half minutes.
And they have the
But still, that's the way it is.
longer preview
Yeah,
thing.
sure.
They did. For
Well,
a while.
they have the pre-previews, which is like all the
little
Regal.
mini interviews. And
Plus,
stuff
movies
like that,
cost,
yeah.
$200 million to make nowadays.
Yeah.
It's like they want to make sure they're making that
So,
shit back.
yeah,
And
it-
running the theater is terribly expensive. Right, I get it. In fact, shit's expensive, but I don't eat there.
Yeah.
I was like,
it'll
you could
ruin your
also
gut.
just
It'll just-
time out how long all the ads and everything are beforehand, and just not go in until after that stupid ad's over with.
Yeah,
And like,
geez, there's that.
there's a
Yeah,
chance
who's
I'm
the
going to
super
miss the
skinny
beginning.
lady that does?
What?
Yeah, she's on one of the preview. She used to do Shazam ads, but she's at the movie theaters.
Munoz?
Yes,
Can't think of her first name.
Maria?
Yeah,
Maria Munoz?
yeah. I wonder if she
Munoz.
still got her job. I wonder if she's an actual human.
No, she's
I'm not
she's
AI.
Totally convinced. Yeah,
she's
she's a
totally
deep
not
fake
AI.
thing.
She,
Look at her fingers. Let me
Is that
see your
what
belly
messed up?
button. See if you got an extra
you
belly
can
button.
usually tell someone's an AI character
Yeah.
just by the way they move their face.
Max Headroom.
That's supposed to be making a comeback too. I think.
Wow. there you go.
God, I hope not.
Yeah.
So what were we talking about?
I don't. Todd saw a lot of movies over the
Yeah,
weekend.
that's nice,
Do you have like a favorite summer blockbuster this year?
Of all the movies I saw this summer, the one I think I seen the most was The Flash.
Oh,
Okay.
geez, all
I
right.
saw that 3 times. I
Nice.
saw it in three times in theaters because I just I couldn't get enough of Michael Keaton as Batman.
Jeez, right on.
Was it a great Flash movie? No, not really. Was it a decent Batman movie? Yes.
Right on. Did that help you with Easter eggs and such? Were you able to scope Easter eggs easier the second time?
I think I was more aware of. I didn't have to really follow the story. I could just kind of scan the background and stuff. So there really was. The one thing that I noticed and was kind of foreshadowing. If you guys,
I haven't seen it yet.
So you don't want me
no,
to,
no, please. I swear to
spoilers.
God, I will
It
poop my
just
pants.
came to Max.
Yeah.
It's on
did it?
Max.
All right. Yeah. All right.
What was that?
It just came
on Max.
It's on Max. Yeah, it just
Yeah.
came out last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, so once you've watched it, ask me what I saw and see if you recognize it as well, because there's the main bad guy is not very apparent right away.
Oh, geez. All right.
So
It's Batman.
it's not Batman.
I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
But it's not. It's I kind of figured it out, but then again,
It's Hamburglar.
I
Probably get the
always
big time.
Hamburger.
you spend 9 years watching the Flash TV show, you kind of start like recognizing things, and you're
Jeez,
like,
all right.
okay, cool. But,
All right.
All right. Well, yeah, what else?
Mike, what was your Christmas break? What was your summer break like? Did you anything fun over?
I had a lot of fun. So saw a bunch of shows, bunches of bands. Went on a couple of great hikes.
Did the bike thing?
Yeah, I've been riding my bike a bunch.
The
Dead Baby?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't you do the Fremont race too?
Oh, you don't think so? No.
You didn't do the
not
naked Fremont bike ride?
No. Nope. I respect my bicycle too much. Yeah, we're friends. Yeah. We really are friends.
Wrong bike.
No, my bike and we're cool. We really are. Yeah, geez, no, I had a great summer. I guess I worked a bunch.
Yeah.
So there's something. Yeah, I know the podcast's been a highlight. So that's nice. Yeah, we did a gong show. That was cool.
Gong show.
Oh yeah, the Gong Show was awesome. Yeah.
Highlight of highlights.
Yeah, the only thing better than, as far as fun stuff goes for me than going to shows is putting on shows. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
We're
Can't
gonna
wait to do it again, everybody.
5 stars, do recommend.
For all you suckers that didn't come.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
you
were all
missed-
like, oh, geez, if only I knew about it. Yeah, geez.
I think maybe we should start sooner than we did last time as far
we
as
should probably
promoting it.
start planning sometime in September.
No, we got to
In the
nail
next-
Bill
in the
down
next
and
couple
run over
weeks.
his schedule with him.
Yeah.
Or run over Bill and get it. Something.
Take over.
Some combination of those words.
Yeah. Nice.
But then, how about you, man?
Gong show highlight, but had a few little mini adventures.
All right.
Did the hike up in Mount Rainier, taking pictures of wildflowers and stuff, which was cool. Last Sunday, we took all the kids, Heather, Eli, and my wife and I took all of our kids down to Point Defiance.
Right.
Oh,
on.
And we were able to rent those little Razor scooters, the little electric scooters, so you can actually
geez.
sit.
All right, sure.
And so we just bombed around for like 2.5 hours. And when the scooter started to die, we knew where the next ones were parked. So we would just whip in, swap up, keep going. And we blew around the entire park, the whole waterfront of Tacoma. It was great. My ass was hurting.
Drain the battery and just leave it.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
I mean,
think
that's
that's
what
the
you
thing.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
they
is
know
what
to
you do.
come get
Yeah.
it or do whatever.
I guess,
swap
even
it
though
out.
I never see anyone come in
I
to get
never
them.
do. Yeah. Never do.
But that's the theory.
Yeah.
Well, I thought they have like a thing that like because you're riding it, it has.
An emergency.
Well, it
beacon.
has like it charges itself as you're using it. I thought.
No, I don't know. They wore down. So the first one I jumped on had like, I don't know, 40%. We're like, okay, well, we can make it to the next, parking space. Got there, picked up another one that had 60%, drove that around for like 45 minutes, and then you can check it on your phone. It'll tell you it's like 26% left, and it's like, oh, there's another parking spot coming up, so you go up.
Geez, it's like geocaching.
Yeah.
Is it like a place where you plug in?
Nope, you just drop it. You just pop the kickstand
Because
up.
they have a RFI or whatever that is that tells a satellite where they're located.
Yeah, the GPS thing.
It's not RFI.
And then you got to take a picture of
It's GPS,
it.
Mike.
You log out of it, and then you
RFI is
take a
good for
picture of it, and then you're done. And they can tell if you're still writing it or whatever. But
It utilizes GPS and probably Bluetooth.
That's pretty cool.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
fun.
right on.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
This is I think it was $40
You just hustle
per
ladies out of the
person.
way.
I mean, it was busy down. It was a beautiful. I mean, I'm glad
Nice.
because of
Yeah,
it,
that's
but it was a
great.
beautiful day. But yeah, I mean, you're like having to jump on grass and going around slow walkers and stuff.
Yeah.
Get out of the way.
Yeah.
I mean, we were like our own
Tourists
little,
coming through.
little bike gang down there.
Yeah, I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, it was fun.
So that's
Yeah.
3 children total?
3 children.
And they were good at it?
The youngest one rode with one of their parents.
Oh, okay.
She jumped on theirs, and then the teenagers were fine.
Right
They
on.
had a good time.
Geez, that's great.
Yeah.
I got to ride one of those Lime bikes when I was over in Spokane.
Yeah, I never have. Right on. No, I see them everywhere.
Hey, do they still have those in Seattle? Or
Yeah.
those gone?
I
got
wish
'em
they
in
had
my
them out
neighborhood.
here. I would actually have one just sitting out in my yard
Yeah, so you can ride down the hill or whatever.
if I don't want to drive my car. Yeah,
And they're electric,
yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
So you can bomb up the hill pretty good.
I bet.
maybe. I mean, it depends on how
Yeah.
strong the engine is, and
I bet it
because
could.
I'm
I
like
bet it could.
300 pounds. I don't know how fast it will go with
Yeah.
my big ass on it, but
It would be awesome. I'll bet you $1. It would.
yeah, maybe
Yeah, that helps.
it might go
though. It
really,
is.
really slow.
Yeah, they're more powerful than you think they are.
Man, get off me!
Yeah.
Your butt's too big. Get off me, man!
No way. That's what machines are for, man. You're supposed to
What?
exercise them.
So there's the kids coming in.
Oh, that's great. And the wheels are pretty big on those.
Yeah, they're
All right.
knobby.
That's not the little, not like a razor's electric razor
Yeah.
scooter of doom. Yeah, no, that's cool.
Little scooter.
Huh. With a
Oh,
little
yeah, yeah.
basket on them.
Little basket so you could put your water and your jacket there. And they had seats or you could stand. So
Yeah.
my
Nice to
ass
have
was
the
hurting
option,
more
sure.
than Pride 96, so I had to stand up quite a bit. So
Standing room only.
standing room only. But yeah, it was a good time, guys. If you ever
Yeah.
You guys
And,
done
and
something
it,
like that.
it looks like, because I haven't been there in decades. So
I-
they
Oh,
did a
man.
nice job on it, right?
That
on.
whole waterfront
Yeah,
that used to be like that nasty soil, it's all like shopping center down there now. We went down, had fish and chips at a little fish shack down there, which was really good. But tons of restaurants, tons of shops, movie theater down there, lots of
Geez, right
apartment
on.
buildings.
And I mean,
right on
all
the
brand new
waterfront.
stuff, or is
yeah,
there
brand
some-
new.
okay.
I mean, it's
So,
within the
yeah.
last 5 years.
Sure.
Like I haven't been down there since Bailey was, 10 or 12 because we would go to the zoo down there all the time
Geez, right on.
and then hang out in Point Defiance, just kind of wander around. So it's been 10 years since I've been down there.
I think I think we went to Point Defiance once when I was a kid because I remember
Yeah.
the old nursery rhyme statues they used to have.
Oh, geez, no, I don't think I've ever been there.
those.
Yeah.
But no, I've not been down there since I was probably like 8 or 9.
Yeah, it's and it's huge. That park has it's like a Lincoln Park in West Seattle, or what's the one up in Magnolia, the huge park up there. Anyway, it's one of those huge ass parks that
No
you could just
clue.
get
Never been to
lost
either
in.
one.
You just get lost out there.
That's neat. Is it? I wonder if that's just because they're too difficult to build on, or something, right? So, well, it's a
Could be,
ravine,
yeah,
right?
we'll just leave it at
Yeah, isn't that Schmidt Park in West Seattle? That's just like a cool ravine. Is that Schmidt?
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
in Capitol Hill or
No, it's West Seattle.
Oh, I
Yeah.
don't know. We had what we called the ravine it's Interlaken Park, and it's that windy, curvy road that takes you from Stevens Middle School on Capitol Hill, which is like 19th and Roy,
Oh.
and you could follow that all the way through down to Seattle Prep, down in what's the neighborhood down there? Lake Ridge, not Lake Ridge.
No clue.
Yeah, whatever that is on the other side. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it was Ravenna, not Ravenna. Damn it, Roanoke. No,
Jeez, I don't know.
it'll come to me. Anyway, yeah, very cool time. Like I said, it was about 2.5 hours, probably $40 a bike.
Yeah, that's neat.
So it's not too crazy expensive.
No.
Yeah.
Especially for being able to cover a bunch of distance.
Oh, man.
And have fun,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because,
yeah.
I mean, you can, hop a cab from one destination to another, or you can walk it somewhere, but that's kind of the best of all worlds, right?
Yeah, and you
You're
can-
still under.
Just breathing the salt air and cruising around and being in the sun, and yeah, good times.
Right on.
All right. Well, you guys want to jump into some current headlines, stuff that's happening in the crazy world that we live in? This blue ball that we're floating around. The big news the last few days has been Hurricane Idalia, right? Idalia? Is that how you say it? Idalia?
Yeah, I think I saw a stream from ABC today talking about that.
Yeah.
A news broadcast on TikTok, and they were talking about the hurricane that actually spawned a couple of tornadoes in Florida. And,
yeah, crazy. Yeah, it was going to be
moving into
storm of the
Kentucky.
century, like, right? Storm of a lifetime, but it ended up not being.
It got, I think it upgraded. Or is it an upgrade when it goes to tropical storm?
Yeah, it went down to tropical storm from hurricane.
So it'd be
right?
a downgrade.
So it was a downgrade. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, still caused enough flooding and damage. But the other thing is, it looked like the trajectory was right towards Tampa, and then it sort of curved up into the armpit of Florida.
It was
it's
heading
not very
towards Kentucky,
populated
I
up
think,
there.
or
Is it?
I think.
Yeah,
One of the other,
I don't know.
one of the other connecting states.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
But still,
which-
storm surge can be a real big deal.
Yeah,
You know,
and a lot of
it all
flooding,
depends.
a lot of
Yeah.
power outage,
Yeah, I mean, it depends on where the tide's at that moment.
Yeah.
Where's,
down trees, and of course, all the pictures I saw of destruction was like mobile home parks where folks are probably not having a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
So.
And-
Your house is
and-
on
well, that's-
wheels. You can move it.
kind of. And they're just a lighter structure.
Yeah.
And stick houses don't necessarily do great in high, heavy, wet winds like that.
No,
right?
I'll
It's
huff and I'll puff and I'll blow
that's just
your
what
house
that
down.
is.
I mean,
right?
yeah, a
The
double wide's
standard-
definitely not going to hold up to a
They're just not
hurricane.
built for it. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so hopefully if you're in Florida, everything's good. I did
Yeah,
talk
definitely.
to my aunt and uncle who live in Orlando, or they live in the lakes, which is about an hour outside of Orlando. And they're like, yeah, we got a little extra wind, a little extra rain, but we're good.
Sure. Florida's gigantic.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I don't know. Storm surge is definitely a thing that is going to be a
and
factor
they're
in
so-
years to come, right? It always has been.
Right at sea level, right? So even
I think a lot of it.
2 or 3 foot surge is really
Yeah.
going to be problematic for a lot of those coastal regions.
Yeah. And it's salt water, remember?
It's all water.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, good that it didn't,
Yeah.
Category 5 Katrina right through there, but
Yeah, which was an anniversary. This
yeah,
week,
I have
right?
that on my history of this
oh,
week. No,
oh.
but yeah, it was
Yeah.
2005.
Oh, no, it's a thing.
Yeah.
Atmosphere is crazy.
It really
It's
is.
crazy because we can look at Jupiter's atmosphere, right? And by this point, we've got cool film of it. It's like, but that's happening all of the time
Yeah.
in all atmospheres, in all systems, fluid systems. Right, that's just how that is. Yeah, whether it's oceans or lakes or ponds or a bathtub or whatever, all the swirling action that you can see on Jupiter is happening everywhere. That's just how fluids function, right?
Yeah.
But
and there's that one huge storm, right? That's always there.
Yeah.
That's just never stopped in our lifetime.
no, it goes for sure. There's been eyeballs on it for 400 years.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I know some theorize that it is puttering out or whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know
I
that.
guess time will tell. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, in other news, did you guys? I just saw this come, I think, today that the Biden administration is going to negotiate Medicare costs with drug manufacturers for 10 different necessary medications for people for heart failure, blood clots, diabetes, kidney disease, arthritis, blood cancers, Crohn's disease, and a bunch more. But they're finally going to go
For chronic conditions,
for
because that's a
chronic
lot of money,
conditions.
right?
That's a shit ton of money. I mean,
that's a shit ton of money. But
somebody's
but
entire check going to pay for.
Oh yeah.
something
Yeah,
stupid.
but a lot of that, and the problem here is that it goes into excess profits, right? If these guys weren't greedy pieces of shit, nobody would fucking care,
Yeah.
right? But they're just
And people that
greedy
are on
pieces of
disability
shit.
don't get a whole lot of money every month.
No.
I legitimately get about $1,000 a month. That's it. That's all I get. So, and
And not just for medical, for your
That's-
life. That's everything.
that's everything.
See,
You know,
that ain't much.
and your medicine has to come out of that.
that's subtracted after they've taken out for insurance and stuff.
Yeah.
I get a little bit more if I didn't have to pay for that. So
Right. Yeah, I just see.
not much more, but still.
I get it. These guys, these companies throw millions of dollars into research and all that stuff. But
Sure, and the profit motive is a thing, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
capitalism done right, but if you abuse
the
it,
insanity of it, like anything else, it's waste, fraud, and abuse are what piss people off.
It costs them less than $1 to like manufacture a lot of the drugs, and
at this point,
turn around and sell them for hundreds of dollars.
Had to have made up the money that they put into the research for it, right?
Well, didn't that guy who like bought up the rights to like the not diabetes? Yeah, it was like insulin. He was
the guy who bought the Wu-Tang album or whatever. His name's like Skrillex, but it's not as cool as Skrillex.
Was that
guy?
But no, he bought like
Pharma Bro.
He bought the pharmacy and then he jacked up the price from $35 to like $200.
Was it insulin or was it like EpiPen?
It was insulin.
Was it insulin?
It was insulin. Yeah, it was like.
But I mean, I don't know why we don't just have a fucking nationalized factory to do some of this shit, right? It's like stuff that is chronic, and I mean, diabetes until we get it's gone.
It's
right, but it's like. Yeah. Like back when tuberculosis was a problem, those weren't all for-profit sanitariums, right? It's like the state has to fucking do shit like that, right? And it's like, I don't know. I'm not against nationalizing some industries, right? That puts me, that I'm not invited to many parties. Especially people are being fuckers about it. But things that are for, just like energy production, et cetera, all that is necessary for the function of the citizenry in the civilization, right? Of course, that's part of that's part of our responsibility. You know what I mean? I don't see the argument with that.
Yeah, I'm a huge proponent of one payer, single payer.
Sure.
Medicaid in this country. I mean, it's
and it's not like and that's not the same as like the VA is the doctors is everything, right? And the British system is that way, right? Where it's you don't have a choice of doctors, blah 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 blah. But
the thing is,
it just takes the payment part out of it,
right?
Right? It's like,
well, what's going on is every time we try to get insurance for everybody or like medicine for everybody, the Republicans go, that's socialism. No, we're not having that. It's like, that's not the same thing as, I mean, not really anyway.
Even if it is, so what? So what? It's not. That's not bad. It's then that portion of socialism is a good idea.
I don't disagree with that. But they're like, people are going to abuse this. It's like, they're already, so?
Yeah, but I think Medicare has like a 3% overhead.
Yeah,
right.
Something ridiculous,
something dumb, and the fraud rate is not. The fraud rate's on the other side.
Right.
It's not on the person benefiting from it. Exactly. It's on the shenanigans on the other side. It's like, I'm getting too much diabetes care.
Right.
It said nobody ever. Right. That's not a thing. It's like, but the greedy people on whichever side of it, those are the bad players.
Yeah, and then you get these folks that like show their hospital bill, and they're charged like $350 because a nurse brought their newborn baby over for you to hold them in the hospital, right?
Sure.
There's an extra charge for this. This is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Literally nickel and dime
seems
people
that way, but I don't always know, right? Because does that mean that her union says that whenever you touch an infant, right, the L&I costs go up fucking astronomically every time you touch a baby? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe every time I touch a ladder, my L&I costs go way up.
Oh, does it really?
I even look at a ladder.
I don't remember that when I had to do that.
Yeah, by every hour I'm supposed to. Yeah. I mean, I do diligently.
Maybe general contractor was different then because I was just a low voltage contractor.
Yeah, I'm supposed to pay more per hour. If my guys, especially, whoever's covered for workman's compensation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And whenever there's a hazard, right? But there's a bunch of them, like driving, and, that they don't really look at. But it's like, that's where your injuries happen, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, if anybody talks about, socialism, Todd, and then they complain about, one payer system takes us socialism, just point them to the last bank we just bailed out in taxpayer money,
sure.
Yeah. Well, the problem is I don't
big to fail.
I don't pay close enough attention to a lot of this stuff, so I don't really know that much. I know enough to know that what they're saying is absolute horseshit.
No, but I think that our health is part of our commonwealth.
Yeah.
Right. Part of the, because, right. Just like schools and all these kinds of things. It's like, educated, healthy citizenry is
Right.
best for the country.
Well,
That's a no-brainer.
And creating a healthy society is going to get folks off of disability, right?
No,
Not everybody,
sure,
but
sure.
but
I would.
certain
If you have healthy
certain
citizens
amount.
to begin
Yes.
with, you can avoid some
Right.
some health issues. Yeah, I suppose. I don't know the stats on that, but that
Yeah.
makes sense, right? Yeah, and it's just the fucking what civilization should be moving towards,
Right.
Right, as we work through times of toil, right? Because compared to yesteryear, right, except for in Darfur and places where people are still toiling terribly,
Right.
right? I don't mean to point to Darfur, but you know what I mean. It's like there's still plenty of toil in the world,
Right.
but it's not the way it has to be. We have options now, right? And our allowance for others to suffer under toil is an allowance,
Yeah.
right? But for the most of human history, that wasn't the case,
Yeah.
right? If we're going to have a civilization, doing air quotes here, it took a lot of work of poor people, mostly,
Right.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think that's the goal, right? For humans to move towards a better life.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and that's
Yeah,
kind
life,
of that's one of the
liberty, and
ingredients to
the pursuit
doing
of
so.
happiness,
Yes.
right? So, speaking of health issues, and I didn't put these on the show sheet, but two major players in politics both have huge health issues right now. Steve Scalise, I don't know if you saw this, the House Majority Leader, not the Speaker of the House, but the House Majority Leader, has blood cancer.
What the fuck is blood cancer?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It sounds
It's cancer that attacks blood, Mike.
Jesus,
crazy, right?
Christ, that's hard.
But Scalise was the guy that got shot,
shot.
at that
Yeah.
baseball game a few years back. But he's also been the
Man,
one that's
what
been
the fuck is
so
wrong with
resistant to like the ACA and Obamacare
Oh,
and
yeah,
all that
yeah.
stuff. But
I bet he's got
and
great
now
health care.
yeah,
He's got great health care.
Great. He's
Yeah,
got the best
I'm sure he
health
does.
care.
I don't know, but and to be against that stuff is just to be working for the efficiency, air quotes again,
Yeah.
of the very, very few.
Well, we
right?
have a
That type
camera there, Mike. You can actually do
Oh
the
yeah,
air
air quotes. Because it's not efficient. That mindset is not efficient. Just to hand profits to giant corporations, right?
Yeah.
Whether they're medical providers, insurance providers. It's mostly insurance providers, but the medical providers have also gotten bit by the same bug, right?
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
that's not a better system.
No.
It's just not. The results aren't better, and the outcomes aren't better, and it just exacerbates the whole. It's just dumb.
Yeah.
And we can do better.
And then you guys remember a few weeks ago when Mitch McConnell was
He had another one
doing
today.
He had another one.
Also,
today.
another guy with great socialized health care.
Yes.
Fucking fantastic
Yes.
socialized health care.
He should be forced to resign because
No,
he's clearly.
there is mechanism for that, actually,
Yeah.
but they're not
He-
going to do it. I'd be
he is-
shocked. I'd be
he-
shocked. Who
he-
would take over for him?
Who's
he-
his heir apparent there? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. But he's clearly not all there. And I watched the clip today. He was just like, "Did you hear the question?" Yeah.
Oh, man, rough.
Just deer in
And
the
Dianne
headlights.
Feinstein.
man.
I mean, he
Dianne
was-
Feinstein needs to
And
retire.
He's
Yeah,
like
it's
he's like that.
grotesque.
He's like
Totally
that grandpa who's like sitting at the end of the dinner table, drooling on himself, waiting someone to put food in his mouth.
Yeah, for me, it's like you're there to do a specific job, and in the case of Dianne Feinstein, she was absent for a
Yeah.
ton of
So she's not capable
votes
of
and
doing her
stuff.
job.
You're not capable
Right.
of doing your job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Step aside.
Yeah.
I
and
think-
No, I agree.
Feinstein is safe as hell because what's his face?
Is she a Steen and
Gavin.
Stein? Gavin Newsom would.
He would.
yeah.
I think he would.
Right now, yeah. Would
He would
appoint.
pick,
Yeah.
and California is not going to go red in their senatorial,
yeah.
but
No.
and I would think Mitch McConnell, same thing. I mean, although
Maybe.
it
He's
is
not terribly popular,
a
yeah.
Democrat in Kentucky.
At this
So-
point, he's legitimately a muppet.
yeah.
He's
Yeah,
being
maybe
controlled
that's
by
it,
people
exactly,
around
yeah.
him. He's.
But that's typically if they die. I don't know if that happens if they retire. Right? Is retirement the same? I don't know. And maybe
Still
state
have to be
constitutions are
appointed,
different.
right?
I
He's
would- I
he's
think
gonna
so.
like he. I don't mean to make a joke out of this, but he's gonna die like in front of the cameras and talking to people. He just
Yeah, I mean, I don't
pass
know
out.
what his issue is. I don't know if it's strokes or something else, but it did not
Maybe
look
he's
good.
just sick of everybody's shit.
He
He just fucking disassociates
Shuts down.
mid conversation.
Just
He's
shuts
like,
down.
I'm out of
I'm
here.
done.
I don't want to do this.
Or it's his fucking lizard brain, right? Isn't that the amygdala or whatever? It's just like taking control again. He's like,
Are you saying he's a lizard?
Needs to go out in the sun for about 10 minutes.
Mike, are you saying he's a lizard person?
well, we all are, right? Our brainstem is the lizard brain, right? But typically we have a developed frontal lobe when we're loved and can breastfeed and shit. You know?
I was
like this
referring to
motherfucker.
the conspiracy theory that
Oh, sure.
people
The reptilians,
the
shape-shifted
reptilians and stuff. Yeah.
I've read a lot of David Icke, actually. A lot.
Did you guys look at that
Back in
link
the
that
old days
I
when it was books
texted you
and
guys
shit.
earlier? The wa-wd.com. It's basically who's alive and who's.
Oh, I didn't. I opened it up, but I didn't delve into it.
It's basically a website that like chronicles whoever celebrities of any kind passing away and puts the date and time and all that shit.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Are we on there?
Yeah.
No. Bob Barker.
Da-da-da.
Bob Barker's the most recent one.
Well, speaking of celebrity deaths,
geez.
Bob Barker passed away
Shucks.
since
Okay,
we've seen you last. Darrington's most famous resident or son of Darrington, I guess.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. And he just seemed,
seemed
the
like a
fun,
decent
classy
guy.
grandpa, right?
Yeah.
Unless he's hanging out with Adam Sandler, then he's like
No, it's
beating everyone
great.
crap
Yeah.
out of
Did they
Adam
ever do a
Sandler.
part,
Price it
latter years reunion for
They
that or anything?
did actually.
Oh, that's
There's
great.
video
All right.
of
Yeah.
Sandler visiting him in the hospital,
Oh, that.
and they had this whole routine where, Barker is just talking all kinds of shit to Sandler. It's awesome. Yeah,
Nice.
you go onto YouTube and search for. I mean, you're on YouTube right now if you're watching this, but yeah, just search for Bob Barker, Adam Sandler. From I think 2015, I think it was.
Yeah, Clymer was on Bob Barker.
You mentioned this.
Yeah. No, she's got a thing.
She didn't
and
get
she-
up,
that
right?
she's gonna.
She just got to the front. Where
I believe that to be true.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. No, she didn't spin the wheel, I don't think. Yeah, geez, I didn't ask.
Yeah.
There's so many questions.
Oh,
She's
and-
such a mystery.
And all of the jokes
You've
about
only
him.
known her for 20 years, right?
Have you guys seen any of the memes about Bob Barker almost getting 100?
But not going over.
Yeah,
not
no,
going
it's
over?
great. It's great. No, and Mary in particular was
The
tickled by that.
best one, and I posted it to our Facebook page, was the guy said that Bob Barker didn't quite make it to 100. Betty White was closer to the dollar or whatever it was.
Oh, sure.
Man.
Betty.
Betty.
I when Betty passed, and even previously, there was a bunch of photos of her as a young person.
Yeah, she was
doing all sorts of cool shit, but
gorgeous.
it's like, I haven't yet seen any early Bob Barker photos,
Yeah.
but I bet he was a tall, classy kid, right?
Yeah.
Seems like. I mean,
Yeah, he was Navy right around. I don't know if he was in World War II, but it was right around that time. And then when he got out of the Navy, he went to Florida, got into radio, and then that launched him into the television. And he did a show for 18 years, Truth or Consequences, I believe. And then in 72 took over The Price is Right for another 30-something years, right? So
yeah, I don't
what
know.
a career.
Steady check. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
And what's his real name, Bob Barker, do you know?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Robert Quincy Barker.
Something like
Barker,
that,
some
yeah.
shit. And he relates to Travis Barker. Maybe.
Distant.
Probably, yeah. Who
Distant
knows?
ancestors. And then Todd would know more about this person. I'm sure I've heard her voice in several things, but Arlene Sorkin passed away.
Just like yesterday, day before yesterday, I think. Yeah.
Voice of Harley Quinn.
She was. She wasn't just the original voice, but she was the inspiration for the character.
Oh, okay.
Like her and Paul Dini were friends, and
I didn't know that.
he was working on script for the
yeah.
Batman the animated series, and she came over to help him with some characters and stuff. And
Yeah, Harley's Paul Dini invention. It's great.
Paul Dini and Bruce Timm. Yeah, but she did a character on like All My Children or something where there was like she was having a fever dream or some sort of drug induced dream sequence or whatever, and she's in like a Harley Quinn costume.
Oh.
And she's doing that New York accent and the whole thing. But
But the same actress?
Same actress.
Oh, that's a hoot.
And he saw that clip and goes, we can work with that. And
Yeah,
if
how
you want
about
to
the
do
Joker's girlfriend?
you want
That's a
to
great idea.
And she initially she was just going to be his henchwoman. She wasn't intended to be his girlfriend.
Yeah, but then she was Dr. Harlan Quinlan or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Harleen,
Psychologist.
Yeah.
Harleen Quinzel.
Yes.
And she was a psychiatrist.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. J.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
great. But then she just gets a psychotic break. Like,
She was also, I
that's
think,
great.
on.
And then she gets superpowered through Ivy. Ivy superpowers her. So
I think so,
She
yeah.
is a meta.
Oh.
People
And
forget.
well, at some point she in the comics probably. I don't know. I've never
Yes.
seen her have those powers in any of the animated stuff. But yeah, all the people involved with Batman the animated series and anybody who's ever worked on DC animation, whether it be Tara Strong, who took over the job as Harley Quinn's voice after Arlene retired the character. And then other people have all said, she's going to be missed. And
How old was Arlene?
she was in her late 60s. She was like 67.
Too young.
Yeah.
What else would we recognize her? You said there was a soap opera she was on.
She was in soap operas, and she was. Did you guys ever watch like America's Funniest Animals with Dave Coulier?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
She was like the sidekick to Dave Coulier.
I don't remember her, but I might have to.
And I don't. Isn't
That's-
Dave Coulier the bad guy in Alanis Morissette's life?
Yes.
That's what they
Okay.
say, yeah.
'Cause I could not eyeball that guy if I saw him. Like Roman Polanski, and I'm eyeballing you, motherfucker.
Did you ever?
I
Watch
wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't know that guy in a
Uncle Joey.
He wasn't uncle, but he was like best friend of
Yeah.
Bob Saget's character on Full House.
I've never seen Full House. I know what you
Really?
mean. Yeah, no, because
Wow,
that's the
it's a-
twins.
it
And
was a
is that
great-
John Stamos also?
John Stamos,
all right,
yeah, Uncle Jesse.
No, I've never
Yeah.
seen. Yeah, I remember that being a thing.
Yeah,
And I'm sure I read a Mad magazine.
He
version
also
there.
had a show on Nickelodeon in the 80s where he coined the phrase "cut it out."
Nice.
All right.
Just picture.
But am I supposed to be mad at him?
hockey,
Oh.
Hockey hair, bright, colorful button-up shirt, and acid wash jeans. And you
Yeah.
pretty much, and
That's-
sneakers, and you
Yeah,
pretty much.
and he's always doing
He's
like
all right.
impressions and shit. I mean, he actually is very good at impressions.
Oh.
But he was actually the one who took over the voice of Peter Venkman on the Real Ghostbusters when Bill Murray complained that the guy who's voicing my guy sounds like Garfield. It's because he was.
nice.
So
Because it was the guy doing Gargoyle. That's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
All right.
And which is even funnier is because like
on,
30
Bill.
years
Everybody's
later,
gotta work, Bill.
Right.
Bill Murray did the voice of Garfield in the live action movie, which in itself was
Yeah.
very funny to me.
Which I never saw.
I watched like 5
Yeah.
minutes of it, and it was
Garfield the movie.
okay, but it wasn't nearly as funny as the
Lasagna.
Yeah. Osmosis Jones. I've seen that a
that's
few
right, yeah.
times. Yeah. Because Bill Murray's the guy eating all the
He's
gross.
the dude that's
Yeah.
all snotty and everything.
You only see him in the first 5 minutes of the movie,
Oh,
but
it's
yeah,
Great.
yeah.
Also, Joe the Plumber died. Does everybody remember Joe the Plumber? So Joe the Plumber came about in 2008.
Wasn't he like a politician or some shit?
Well, what he did is he questioned Obama somewhere, and then Palin grabbed him up and created this persona of Joe the Plumber as a every guy, every man, hardworking guy for the 2008 with John McCain. And it turned out the guy wasn't a plumber, probably wasn't really anything. He may have been a plumber in a past life or something. But they really used him to try to take Obama down a few notches. Of course, Obama won his second term, and Joe went off into.
Yeah, because
but I think he did like
John
a talk show
McCain
for a little
and
while.
Sarah Palin. Oh my God. What the fuck?
Sarah
Is
Palin.
Palin gone now?
She'll pop up still. She popped up the other day when they were charging Trump, but she doesn't have any like real. I don't think she has a talk show. I don't think she's elected anything. I think she ran for governor
Flirt
of
once in a
Alaska
while, yeah.
again. And
Oh my God. Her star needs to set.
it's sad. Set that go off into oblivion. Although she's still one, MILF I'd love to angry.
No,
Not the
Doesn't
voice,
gross,
but just.
Yeah.
no,
Oh,
Charles,
man.
you do not put your dick in
That might
crazy.
be, yeah.
You don't put your dick
Well,
in
of
crazy.
course, Todd. What?
You don't put your dick
Of
in
course
crazy.
you do.
Of course you
but
do.
only in a foreign country or somewhere you can run.
Somewhere you
Well,
can unass yourself
You
from.
gotta, because you gotta
I guess
extricate.
if you're gonna go the route of like hit it and quit it, then sure, go ahead. But if if you're no.
Oh no, there's no relationship there. It's just a quick angry fuck, and I'm out.
Anger, yeah. Medicare, Medicare, for all.
Oh, I'm just kidding, honey.
Yeah, no, this is comedy.
My best
Comedy.
impression of
Todd,
Eston.
you sent us an article. You posted an article about the Bermuda Triangle mystery solved. Can
Oh,
you
it's about time.
clue
Yeah.
us in?
Well, I thought
What
we
was it?
did. Didn't we have?
That was like
talked
I thought we
about it.
solved
3
it,
weeks
yeah.
ago. I think I sent.
We
that.
decided it was Cthulhu farts or something, right?
Yeah, which I mean, if you think about it,
Yeah.
think about it, people.
Yeah, I don't remember what that thing was. It was like a legit science thing. It was
Oh.
like methane or some shit. I don't
Oh,
remember.
geez, because that was my thing. Remember that? Because I love the idea
what
of
we
giant
said. It was
Earth
like
farts. Yeah,
Cthulhu farts.
Yeah, Cthulhu farts.
Yeah.
Because he's just in a bathtub, right? To that
Yeah.
guy, so he's just farting in the tub.
Has there been a Bermuda Triangle mystery in the last 10 or 15, 20 years? Has anybody disappeared
maybe
that we know of?
The
was
last
ships, too.
the last
Yeah.
one I remember being talked about was the guy who flew across Florida in like half an hour or some shit like that, and it happened I think in like the mid to late 90s.
It was like a time warp thing?
Yeah, he like
Oh.
he flew into electric clouds, air quotes, folks, if you're not watching. And like in the time he was in there, he went from the coast to like the midway part of the state.
Yeah.
So he flew across.
He just
Yeah.
took a quick nap.
Yeah. He pulled a McConnell.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm out of here. Later.
They interviewed the guy on Ancient Aliens a few times. And each time it's
Yeah.
the same story. They show the same graphic and everything of like
Sure.
electricity and
Yeah, I do that every time I drive home. They're like, just fucking all of a sudden you're fucking
home.
40 minutes into it. You're like, what the fuck? Where have I been?
And it wasn't just like he fell asleep. He legit flew a distance that's not possible in
that's
30
the thing.
minutes.
Sure.
So
So he thought it was some kind of wormhole or something.
yeah, that's what they were trying to explain. It is like it's some sort of like time dilation or
Did his
wormhole.
anus hurt?
a little at
Was
first.
it probed along the way?
That reminds me of a really bad joke. This guy was gonna jump off the skyscraper and.
Oh.
And then somebody comes up to negotiate with him. It's like, well, wait, it wasn't negotiation of any kind. The guy was being threatened to jump off. If he didn't jump off, he was gonna get anally, whatever. So he goes, well, did you jump? He's like, a little at first.
Nice. There's that Dana Gould on his album Funhouse where he's talking about, when alien abduction happened, it's never a physicist from the Netherlands. It's never a friggin' astronomy professor from Berlin. It's always some dumb fuck in the middle of Kentucky that
That's
gets
not
abducted.
necessarily true.
Right.
That's not
It's
necessarily
like,
true.
I got
But it's a good
abducted
stand-up
and
thing,
anally
yeah.
probed.
It's just the ones who actually will get on camera and talk about it are the ones who are uneducated. I've read articles where people who were like not Jim Bob from
Sure,
the
sure,
trailer
sure.
park.
Oh,
They're-
yeah.
Alien language sounded like Duke when he's giggling.
And John Lear, there's a lot of actual real like pilots,
Well,
at
there-
least UFOs, and UFOs imply something, right? I don't
Yeah.
know what, but no, I don't really get the whole anal probing thing. I don't.
It's like, what-
Not really.
I still think the best line in reference to that is in the movie Paul is like, what are we harvesting farts?
It's like again with the Dana Gould. It's like they're the advanced species, right? They got here before we got there. It's like we've conquered the
Yeah, interstellar travel.
interstellar
and shit,
travel, but the
a little
anal
curious about the
cavity of the
waste.
human
Yes, yeah.
beings eludes us.
I think what can explain what can explain the anal probing is like when we're tagging and following
Cows and shit.
Yeah, but why
like
would they just tag
wildlife.
us?
Yeah, why don't you just end up with an extra earring?
Yeah.
Maybe their probe actually has like sensors or something that like
I don't
gauges
know, maybe.
shit.
Well, I guess they could tell what you ate.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, it would gauge
Yeah.
shit, but I would also imagine it gauges
It
other
says
things
a
in the
lot.
body.
I mean, if you go to a doctor, a great lab to do,
I mean,
is poop, right? You
it's-
can tell all sorts of shit.
it's either up through the ass or down through the mouth, and which one do you think is going to
Colon
have the
and
most
rectal
problem?
Yeah, but why would they care?
Yeah.
Why would they care? We're just
why-
pets to them.
Why do we tag whales and shit?
Because we live here and we're curious species.
Yeah, maybe
right?
they live close by and they're curious.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know because they could just make some of us. I would think. If
tagging
you've got
you so the
interstellar
predators
shit,
can
you
come
could
back.
you could
Yeah.
just make shit. I think.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
the one big technological step is just like a hydrogen forge, right? You just have a tank of hydrogen. You just print whatever the fuck you want because everything's basically hydrogen anyway.
Did
Right?
you guys see that link to Collider that I sent you about the possibility of Goonies 2 ever happening?
Oh, I didn't read it, but I saw you.
It was basically like 5-6 years ago, like a couple of years before Donner passed away, that they were talking about maybe doing the sequel finally, and like
No, it's Goonies a Richard Donner film.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
I did
yeah,
not know.
and Donner did all of my favorite movies as a kid, to be perfectly honest. But anyways, they were talking about doing a sequel, like 30 plus years later. And it was going to be like all the kids from the original movie were going to come back as 50-something-year-old, 40-something-year-old people, and the story, I guess, was going to be about their kids going back to the Goondocks. And that was the thing I heard, and I was like, okay, that'd be cool. I would love to see that. And it just one thing after another, just like if schedules didn't line up, or Donner decided to do.
Did they have a story? Did they have a script and everything, or?
From the article here, it says they had lots of scripts, but none of them were that well written, or they weren't that great, so they didn't want to proceed with that script.
Okay.
So. But yeah, it sounded like everybody who was involved was interested in coming back.
Yeah, because all the
The only people that weren't interested in coming back were the producers and the director. So it's like Spielberg and Donner. Donner was okay with it, but Spielberg wasn't interested.
that's Brolin, Feldman,
Kekon
or
Quinn, or I can't remember.
and the gals.
Jonathan
was,
is what his American name was.
Martha, what's her
Plimpton?
name? Plimpton, yeah.
Yeah.
Sean
Still
Astin.
around. Sean Astin, and what was the cute
Brand.
girl or whatever, the popular girl?
Carrie Kelly, I think.
Yeah,
Something like that.
Yes.
yeah, they're all still around.
They're all.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've
the
never
youngest of them is in their 50s.
Right?
So,
Yeah.
I mean, Sean Astin just had his birthday and he turned 51. So,
Right on.
You
that
fogey.
guy, he's doing fine.
Samwise Gamgee.
Samwise Gamgee.
yeah.
Speaking of mysteries, though, I read an article earlier this week about a wolf man that was spotted in Germany, and people took pictures of him. Dirty, hairy guy with kind of a long stick, almost like a spear, and he was picking up rocks and he was beating on other rocks, and
jeez.
two guys that were there, they photographed him, and they said they had a sort of a staring contest with the guy for like 10 minutes, and it happened in the Harz mountain region.
Kind of sounds like a mental patient, right? Is all I'm thinking.
It
It's
sounds like a
I think he's
homeless
off
man.
his meds.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, poor guy.
It sounds like
or he's living out his best life. What-
someone living off the grid who
Fuck,
just
huh?
doesn't give a fuck about how he looks anymore.
But I would think he wouldn't be around. There's plenty of like wilderness,
Yeah.
right in
And
Germany.
I looked that up, and it's like central Germany, and it's a beautiful, beautiful forest, but it's huge. It's just a massive
No, he could have just
forested
remember
region.
after the Second World War, there were dudes like living, in
there's-
Guam and shit for
Yeah.
years.
There's-
You know what I mean? It's like it happens.
There's
People
there's
get out, but you don't typically run across them because they're
Right.
antisocial by definition.
There's a native tribe up in BC that part of their becoming a man, they have a thing where their teenage the teenager who's wanting to be or becoming a man, they spend a year out in the wilderness and,
by themselves.
by themselves.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, he must
They live in the woods in British Columbia, in the mountains of British Columbia, by themselves. And how I heard about this was of watching Ancient Aliens, and they were talking about
Incredibly difficult for a
Sasquatch.
single human to
And they said part of the reason why they think we're seeing lots of Sasquatch in the Pacific Northwest is because of these kids who, 17, 18 years old, would go live in the woods and in the forest for a year, and you don't shave, probably don't wash yourself if you're out in the wilderness by yourself,
Yeah. Crazy. So I don't know. People were saying, no, it's a hoax, and these guys set it up. Some people say, like Mike suggested, it's just some guy that wants to be alone.
It
just out
could
there
just
by
be-
himself.
I think honestly, I think it's just someone who's wanting to live off the grid and
Yeah.
doesn't
Could
care
be.
about how he looks.
Well, it'd be nice if somebody asked.
You asked him
Oh,
instead
yeah.
of just staring at him like,
Yeah.
dude, are
Hey,
you
yeah.
good?
Are you
Can I
okay,
call
dude?
somebody for you?
Yeah.
I
Bus-
think
bus ticket?
they're probably scared of the guy. They don't want to get
Yeah.
too close because they don't know if he's
Wild
he's
people aren't
feral
playing
or
by the
not.
same rules. That's
could be.
he's saying
be.
out loud that he's not playing by the same rules.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what face tattoos used to mean.
Yeah.
Now just
So if I go
fashion.
missing, I'll be in the HARS region.
Yeah, oh, man, I think you couldn't do better than
No.
West, like BC on down.
Yeah.
You're
Right?
gonna go move
Oh, yeah.
back to the mountains near Omak and just live
It's
out that
easier
way.
on this side of the mountains, man. That side of
Yeah.
the mountains, you'll die of exposure.
Oh, yeah.
A single human being living by themselves without the infrastructure that a
Yeah, and
collective human can do. Oh,
I don't
fuck,
even
it's
know.
Really difficult.
I don't know if they're like sent out there with like Bear Grylls or whatever, and have like
Sure.
mountaineering
Naked
kind of
Fred
gear
or
or
whatever,
whatever,
yeah.
or if they're just sent out there with a T-shirt and a pair of jeans or whatever.
So this is, are you saying this is modern times?
This is done in the last 50 years or something like that.
No.
Yeah.
Jeez, I have no idea.
What was that cat what was the dude that built the cabin? He was always on PBS. He
Oh, he
built
was
the
a great
cabin
man.
up in Alaska.
Yeah, Dick Bronicky.
Bronick.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
unreal.
Yeah.
That guy was.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Took the and it's
But it was-
supposedly
but
he
that
was
was
out
also-
there for like 20 or 30 years.
Yeah, and it took many years to build.
Yeah.
It's not- he didn't just throw that up.
Throw it in a weekend and I'm good to go. He
That's
probably
something,
had
dude.
to
They
travel
probably
back
built
to
it
the
up.
mainland.
Yeah, but it's amazing. He did
Yeah.
a great job, and they did airlift food in. But he was way the fuck up there, right? I don't know. Western Washington's very gentle.
Yeah.
It's a great place
Compared
do
to like
that.
Eastern Washington or anywhere
Oh
else.
yeah,
Or
oh
Alaska.
yeah, because it's a shorter growing season up there too,
Right.
right? And you
Yeah,
can
it's hard to
you can
grow.
grow fruit in Eastern Washington,
Right.
a lot of it,
Yeah.
right. But it's hard to pull that off in Alaska.
No,
right? I
you-
bet there's some
maybe
fruits that grow up there.
onions, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Some
root stuff. I
root
bet there's fine. Oh,
vegetables.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Every as shitty as it gets in Alaska, Romania just giggles, giggles. Oh my god. Yeah,
Oh, you think so? Huh?
just cold, just to be mean.
yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh, and-
but they
and-
grow plenty of food over
And
there.
I just posted both of those links I talked about on the Facebook page.
Oh,
if
hey.
people want to check it out.
Nice.
It's multitasking.
Well, guys, this week in history, lots of events. Man, every week we got something crazy happen. 1939, Germany invaded Poland, which basically kicked off World War II, right? Because wasn't the invade, or was it Czechoslovakia? Was it? I think it was Poland that brought France and England into the war, right?
Sure. Oh yeah, no, that was definitely
39?
the start of it.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I guess because I mean, unless you want to say the annexation of Austria or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, definitely because that was an invasion of a sovereign nation,
And that, I
who
think,
was not ready for it because they had lied and lied and lied
Right.
and lied and lied.
Right.
Right. And then they still had like cavalry.
Right.
They were still
Yeah.
fighting the First World War, man.
Coming
Poland was
with tanks,
tanks and shit. It was
fighting tanks
fucking
with that,
awful.
yeah.
It was awful.
Yeah, I think that didn't the UK and France have some kind of agreement with Poland? And that's what really kind of brought them in, or did they just say no?
Yeah, I don't know. I
Hitler's
can't
going too.
speak to
I
that.
can't
Yeah,
remember.
yeah.
Anyway, 1939, 1955, Emmett Till was murdered
jeez.
this week. And if you guys haven't seen it, there's a movie called Till that came out, I think, last year, maybe the year before.
I
which
think
is
recently.
really good.
Yeah.
Really good movie. Basically, a young kid came down from Chicago to what was it, Mississippi or Alabama,
Yeah, it was Alabama.
and went into a white-owned store and sort of made some off-color remark to the white lady that owned it that was working there, and her husband and husband's brother or friends scooped this kid up and beat him to death.
Beat him to death.
And then hung
And then
him.
some. And then
Yeah.
some.
Yeah.
Is-
And didn't she later recant?
No, but she may be, because I think she's still alive.
No, she died recently. The woman.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, she recently.
I thought that they were going to try to charge her.
Yeah, but she died before that. Before that.
Is that what it was? Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Because
nobody ever got punished for it.
Because apparently he.
And the guys who did it walked. Yeah, no, it was awful.
Apparently, from what I understand, is Till never said anything or didn't say anything bad to her. She just didn't like him being in the store. Is the way I heard it.
And different stuff. I think his cousins who is down there to visit scolded him because it's like, oh, dude, down here you don't talk to white women that way because you're going to get into a lot of trouble. So I think they've come out, but they went to his cousin's house, scooped him up.
Yeah.
Took him back to their farm.
That's not a capital offense.
Yeah.
And even if it was a capital offense, you have steps to go through. It's fucking madness.
Well,
right.
I mean,
and that's why vigilante shit is not better.
No.
Right? And,
no.
Yeah, I don't know.
And the only, if anything good can comes out of that, the mom allowed the press to come in and take pictures of his brutalized body, and they shared it in national magazines, which brought a huge attention to the civil rights movement and the treatment of African American folks down south. So
yeah, just because then it was only another
another 10 years before 9 years before the civil rights, and then But speaking of
national legislation, right?
Yeah.
Well, it all started in fucking 1866 didn't Andrew Johnson just stop the Reformation and all that shit?
He just called it quits.
Just stopped.
Yeah.
And just let the Southern races take back over.
Yeah.
Right? That's when it started.
Right.
That's how we got 100 years of Jim Crow.
Right.
Right? It's just, what the fuck is wrong with people?
Yeah. Klan and everything
I don't
else.
get it, dude.
Yeah.
There's not a day goes by every time I go to Fred Meyer. There's a lot of reasons I just go, who in the fuck is not into black women?
Right.
How could you be mad at black women? What is fucking wrong with you?
Right. Yeah.
Dude, go to Fred Meyer. You'll see what I'm talking about.
The fuck? Man,
mic drop. Well, speaking of civil rights and stuff, 1963. This is the anniversary. I think it was Sunday of Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech during the March on Washington. Right back then, and in '67, Thurgood Marshall was confirmed as a Supreme Court justice, and he was the first African American Supreme Court justice. Right.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Then that's not that long ago.
That's not that long ago either.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because civil rights was 65.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah.
60.
Geez, the I Have a Dream speech seems like a long time ago.
Yeah.
But that is 17 years. No, that's 7 years before I was born.
Yeah.
Bummer. Jeez.
Crazy.
Because it's in black and white, right?
Right.
So it's like...
Yeah. Yeah, and it would be 68 when he got assassinated, which was only, 2 years before, or a year before you were born?
Yeah, 2.
2 years?
Jeez, bummer.
Yeah. Well, in good news, this week in history, 1980, Christopher Cross got his first of 2 #1 hits with Sailing, Take Me Away.
My mom,
where I'm going.
My mom had that record on repeat.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the 70s or
Todd's
early 80s.
Todd's guilty pleasure.
No, that's not one of my guilty pleasures for sure. I mean, I don't hate his music, but I don't go out of my way to listen to it.
Nobody does.
Yeah, nobody does. The funniest thing, it was related to Christopher Cross, was a Seinfeld episode where it was like almost the turn of the century, or was getting close to 2000, and Kramer says he's throwing a party because he had booked Christopher Cross years ago to play the 2000 New Year's Eve party that he was.
Did Christopher Cross make an appearance on the episode?
No, he wasn't on the episode, but it was just a funny thing because it was like, he was all the shit back. I mean, he was huge.
He was huge,
and not a great looking dude. I mean, Christopher Cross.
He was like one of those singer songwriters who just looked like a pile of steaming hot shit.
Well,
I wasn't going that far.
No, I'm kidding. I knew I was going to get a reaction out of you guys. No.
I was just thinking he's a normal looking guy, maybe a little, you
And
know.
we're gonna put surprised Pikachu right here.
He kind of reminds me of Vincent D'Orfino from Full Metal Jacket.
Well, but kind of
D'Onofrio?
tiny.
With a little more hair.
D'Onofrio.
Yes, and a shorter version.
No,
I don't know.
I'm kidding. I don't think he say hot shit.
Say
Yeah,
My
man.
mom-
But that's the problem I have with him. He can look like anything, but it's just the saccharine, right? It's like
Dude, you know what?
it's
lollipop
so sweet
goodness.
that it can't be real. It's
You
like-
know what killed his career? You know what killed his career? MTV. Because as soon as
yeah,
people
kinda.
saw what he looked
Could
like, they
be.
think, yeah, no. Because he looked like that guy who plays World of Warcraft in the basement of his mom's house.
Mike's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you're dumping extra sugar in your cherry cola
Yeah.
and dipping in lollipops. What was his other song? It was Sailing in...
That's
right.
Oh yeah, that's the song from
Yes.
Arthur.
Arthur. Yeah.
Oh no, it's not, is it? Oh my God, that's the crossover.
Yeah, that's the song that was like the theme song to Arthur
Man.
with
Wow.
what's the guy who played
Dudley
Arthur?
Moore.
Dudley
yeah.
Moore, thank you.
Yeah, I can't remember who directed Arthur. It's just weird.
Yeah.
What the?
I wonder how much Christopher, I can't say crisscross because there was a hip hop group, but I wonder how much Christopher Cross is bringing in from those two albums.
I don't know.
He's probably not bringing anything in today.
Residuals, right? Because
I
it was
don't know.
radio hits too for a minute there.
I don't listen to any stations that would play it.
No,
generally,
I would.
but
I don't know. How
I don't
much it's
think
coming.
any stations
Maybe
play that
easy-
kind of music.
But easy listening was
all.
a thing.
That was
It
huge,
was
yeah.
a thing.
Yeah.
That
It's
was-
like.
Delilah and the
Yeah,
Evening
and
or
there's
whatever.
like mass cocaine use on
So-
one side and easy listening on the other. It's like America is a vast place.
And back in the 80s, VH1 was the video music video network that played easy listening. It was
was it
it was
really?
like Kenny G and Christopher Cross.
VH1.
yeah.
yeah.
So, but now they 10 years ago they had a show called That Metal Show where they had interviews with like heavy metal, you know, like
Jeez, well, there you
like
go. Why wouldn't you?
shit. Of course, started talking about it, my
Oh.
brain freezes up.
Well, metal artists,
You know, Metal God.
renowned.
Rob Halford.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, nice.
I'll
Judas
get you
Priest,
there.
Rob Halford, and
yeah.
they actually that show is the first interview that Axl Rose had done in 30 years.
Oh, jeez.
And they waited in the lobby of the hotel for like 30 hours for him to come down.
Oh my God. 30 hours? Wait, 30 hours?
Yeah, they came down like the day before and they hung out in the lobby.
No, so it wasn't like a planned interview.
No, it was, but
Oh.
he was.
I'll be down in a minute.
No, Axl Rose forever was chronically late for every fucking thing.
30 hours late, though.
No,
That's
seriously.
a lot. That's
I'm going home.
Did you not see any of like when the last time Guns N' Roses before the band reunited, they came to Washington State. They played it up in Everett, and he showed up 3.5 hours late for the
God,
concert.
no.
And then he blamed the city of Everett for turning off the lights in the stadium when the show at 11 o'clock when they normally turn off the
geez.
lights.
Wow.
He's like, yeah, they should
all
have
their
turned the lights
fault.
off. It's all their fault. Not mine for being
No,
late.
I've never seen it. I don't want to know it.
Well, I can't wait till VH1 does a behind the music for us here at
yeah.
our town
Oh,
podcast.
yeah, that's they don't do that
yeah.
show anymore. But yeah, that'd be
They're
great.
bringing it
Start it
back,
back up,
for
yeah,
us,
just for us, huh?
In about 10 years? 10 years?
Maybe
5.
Yeah.
1983, the first African American in space, U.S. astronaut Guion S. Bluford Jr., I hope I got his name right, was the first African American to travel up into space, was on one of the Challenger missions and was the flight commander, I think, or flight specialist, something like that. But he went on to do at least 3 or 4 more flights up into space. So good
And
on
all
him.
of the manned ones were shuttle at that time, right? We didn't have any manned anything else that I'm
I
aware
don't
of.
think so. I don't think
I bet the Russians did because we did
Yeah.
spend time going up to those guys.
Cosmonauts and stuff.
Yeah, Sharing trips.
10 years later, 1993, Late Show with David Letterman debuts this week. 93.
What? That doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
It seems late.
Early 90s, yeah.
Yeah. 2005, we talked about this earlier, Hurricane Katrina. I was dating somebody that was originally from New Orleans, so I got to go down there right before Katrina, and I got to go down there right after Katrina, and just fucking nuts.
That's
Wow.
Driving through the neighborhood, like driving through the Ninth Ward and seeing those X's on the doors where they have the code for bodies inside or not inside, kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's just
bummer.
fucking gnarly stuff. And then in 2021, the last U.S. troops got withdrawn from Afghanistan after 7 years after the war was declared over. But 20 years?
Yeah, it was
20 years from when we had boots on the ground.
Yeah, jeez.
Just crazy.
I got a lot of mixed emotions.
Yeah.
But we also left $9 billion in hardware back, so we armed the Taliban.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to comment on it.
we needed to get out. I don't know if that was
Yes and no.
the way to
Yes
do
and
it,
no.
but-
He kept the Taliban out. He had
Yeah.
1,500 guys there or something,
true.
right? I don't know. But also imperialism. I don't know if that's imperialism. We were just acting at that point. I don't know. Kind of, because we still had our thumb on the fucking scale, right?
Yeah.
But that kept the Taliban out. That's all I know. Right? It's like,
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
And you do, when you leave, especially women and girls, but, just the population at the mercy of shitheads like that.
Yeah, but they sure, I don't know. They stabilized it, right?
Yeah.
Because they're not looking to go elsewhere, right? There's no Afghanistan in this particular.
They're not trying to take
It's not a
over.
domino
Yeah.
effect or whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't like the idea of just having American youngsters, with fucking targets on them all over the
Right.
planet, right?
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I don't know.
Yeah.
I got mixed emotions on it.
I hear you. Well, guys, we did not get our audience participation. We did not get a advice seeker this week,
Oh.
so we thought about doing a Reddit post. Am I the asshole? And I think Todd found a couple of them.
I found a couple of them that and I figured if
Why don't
nothing
you
else,
pick your favorite out of the two? And we'll tackle
if
it.
we didn't have anything pre-selected, I was just gonna look. I was gonna find one, but of the two, let's see here. It sounds like we're in a live studio
Yeah, we are
or
in
live
a live
theater.
theater.
Yeah. Rehearsal of Pippin. Pippin's coming up in a few weeks. Go to RentonCivicTheater.org to learn more, get showtimes, tickets, the whole thing. And you can donate to the lighting system here at the theater. We're trying to get all LED lights to be more cost conscious, to be more environmentally friendly.
And they don't make the bulb itself
anymore.
So we're just going
So
to stop.
gotta upgrade.
It's got to happen.
Yeah. That's
Not the lights
RentonCivicTheater.org.
and not in the projector room where we're at.
Not in the beautiful projector room, but
whatever.
Well, the one that I picked apparently was removed, so now I'm going to find a different one. Let's see here.
I've never seen Pippin either, actually.
I haven't
I'll have to
either.
come by for this.
don't know if I have a desire to. Is it?
Yeah, is that a
what
Dickens
Okay.
thing?
I thought it was a
I
Dickens.
feel like it's a Dickens thing.
So here, the title for this one is AITA, or Am I the Asshole, for eating my roommate's food even though she asked me not to.
yes,
You are.
Yeah,
You don't have to say
straight up,
anymore.
no doubt about it.
This is what the story says. This was during my freshman year of college, but that year I had a roommate. Let's call her Daisy.
Hi, Daisy.
Daisy had some trauma related to food. There was never any food at home for her to eat because her parents were full-blown addicts,
Oh, bummer.
and money went towards
And she
their
finally got
addiction,
out. That's
not
nice.
feeding their kids. Me being dumb and too understanding, I told her she was allowed to help herself to my snacks if she wanted. She took that to help herself to most of my snacks. Like, I'd buy a pack of Oreos, and the next day there'd be 3 sleeves. 2 of the 3 sleeves were gone. I asked her to take less of my stash, but she didn't listen. I told her that she wasn't allowed to eat my snacks anymore because she would either leave nothing or almost nothing. Just so we're clear, she took 70 to 90% of my snacks for 8 weeks.
Damn.
Not the silent treatment. Got the silent treatment for 3 days, but she did adhere to that boundary and stopped touching my snacks. Edit. I failed to mention that installed a padlock on my stash after a week. I cut the cord on sharing my snacks because I was afraid she would go back and steal my stash after I found out that she'd stole someone else's leftovers while visiting their roommate. What the fuck?
I don't know.
So she followed the boundaries on her own for a week and then continued after I essentially forced her to. I understand. I'm skipping a bunch of shit here because there's a lot.
Well, yeah. No.
I understand. I understand that at the end of the day, it was her food, and I probably shouldn't have touched it. But I don't think one granola bar was worth a total meltdown. Am I the asshole? So apparently, she took one of her food.
After locking up her own shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, she's a total asshole.
Yeah.
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 They're locking shit up even though you didn't know your roommate was your roommate, who you have to trust because they could stab you when you sleep, right? Yeah. And then you did an extra whammy by locking your shit. Right?
I mean, I think locking it up was excessive.
It seems it says something.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
And that's a shared space, right? Just because your snacks might be in a certain spot, it's still you're still roommates, right?
Right.
It's not like,
I mean, if they offer to replace it, I'd be okay with it.
No.
But if they continually eat my shit and if
Yeah, it's like,
and not replace what is taken.
taking your money. It's one thing
That
to
is taking
offer and then somebody to take advantage of it. That sucks.
that's all
but
that is.
On the flip side, she should have never gone after the other, because they never made the offer. You made the offer to begin with, right?
Yeah.
And I get it. And then have the adult conversations. Hey, you know what? I offered you to have some. If you're hurting for food, maybe I can buy you some stuff, whatever the case is. But hey, I work hard for this stuff, and I've sort of planned out what I bought for me. But if you need something, I'll help you out with it.
Sure.
Right. I'm going to post the link to that story on our Facebook so people can read the whole.
Yeah, and I don't know. Did they also know about that? Childhood trauma or whatever.
I think they probably did.
If they knew about that, and then Anne had locked their shit up and made a big to do about snack, rights and
At the beginning of their-
responsibilities or whatever.
I think they were aware of the trauma because that's why they offered, to let them have it.
I see, and yeah, I mean, not a mega ad. Nobody needs a bullet here, right?
I think on a scale of 1 to 10, I think you're probably like maybe 4.5 as far as being the asshole.
That's in the wrong.
You're an asshole, but you're not like the worst person possible.
Yeah, like criminal shit.
You could have handled it better for sure, but it's not.
Well, there's
like,
always that thing of I think Judge Judy calls it the doctrine of self-help, right? It's like, yeah, she took your stuff, you offered, she overtook, so you took steps to stop her, but then you decided to help yourself to something of hers without her offering.
Yeah.
That's like self-help, and you never do that. I mean, if you got a problem with somebody, just be a fucking adult and bring it up to them and say, hey.
I've had my roommates say, hey, don't eat that.
Yeah. Quit leaving hair on my soap, Todd.
I don't have hair to leave on your soap, Charles.
That's because it's on the soap.
I live with a couple of roommates. I call them wife and daughter.
Roommates.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure
I know what my daughter likes. I don't share a bathroom with none of them. It's actually kind of good.
Wait, you don't have to share a bathroom with your wife?
So we have a small
my old lady too,
master bath. That's mine.
Yeah.
We have the upstairs bathroom, which has double vanities. That's the girls. And then we have a bathroom downstairs, which is a 3/4 bath, is shower and sink and toilet. And the kid is moving downstairs, so she's going to take over that bathroom, and that'll she'll have to share that with overnight guests when grandma and pop come up and all that stuff. And then the wife has to share her bathroom with our guests. But I've sort of taken over that master. I mean, nobody wants to be in there with my disgusting ass, right? I mean, let's be honest.
I really like that luxury, and that is an absolute human luxury to have multiple.
It really is.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
But I sure, if that's available, here.
I would not buy a house without 2 bathrooms.
Sure.
At least 2 bathrooms.
Yeah.
We got lucky and got 3. So
Yeah. Well, I have to share a bathroom with a teenager. So when I first moved in, there was a little bit of a tug of war between the two of us. Like, I'd put stuff on the counter, and they would move it, and I'd move it back, and they would move it, and I'd move it back. Now there's nothing on the counter, and the only thing that is like, it's not really, it's kind of passive aggressive, honestly, but the toilet roll gets flipped whenever they're in the bathroom.
oh, they change it to under roll.
Under, and I have it over. Yeah,
That's illegal.
Yeah. That's illegal. Nice.
yeah. I'm with you.
I would turn her in. Call the FBI.
I would rather have it over than under, but it's personal.
But
Any
they
attention
flip
to
it every time. Like
Yeah.
they sit down and just consciously flip it.
Well, I think when they're using the toilet, they would rotate it over. So
That's what I'm saying. But it's like already up
yeah,
in the over position.
Yeah.
They take the time to flip it to the really.
yep.
Huh.
But this is a
Chicken or
teenager.
eggs then?
This is teenage brain.
They're 15, so yeah,
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
they're gonna be 16 in October.
Well, congratulations on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Making it this far.
it's I just
sharing space is different.
I've never said anything because I don't want to be that guy who's like
Yeah.
you're messing with the toilet rolls. I'm buying the toilet rolls, blah blah blah. And I don't want to do that because it's not that important to me. It does kind of irritate me, but it's not that important.
Yeah.
It's not important enough for me to say anything, but it does kind of bother me.
In the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Entropy can only take so much, man.
Right.
Sooner or later, everything collapses. You do this
That's true.
one too many times.
More often than not, they
existence
just leave it on the counter next to the sink.
Yeah. Well, that's annoying because then it just gets soaked.
yeah.
Sooner or later,
and it has gotten wet.
Yeah.
and that's like, what the.
Because then that's just wasteful. Because then, I don't know about you guys, but the wet toilet paper is a drag. It's a drag. It's an insult to all of the good toilet paper out there.
It takes forever for it to dry.
Yeah,
that happened. That actually happened like about this time last year.
Yeah, what do you do?
They put it on the side of the sink instead of putting it because the toilet where I put the toilet roll is like a hanger for like a bath towel or whatever. So it's not the designated spot because part of the reason why I don't have it there is because it's on the left side and I'm right-handed and I don't want to be doing this when I'm sitting on the shitter. So I put it behind me. I can grab it like this and pull on it. But yeah, it's.
Here's what you do, Todd. just some. You buy the toilet paper. You said, right?
I do.
Go buy that cheap industrial fucking one ply stuff.
Nice.
No,
nice.
Put that out there and say, look, if you want the good stuff, you do it my
The problem.
Do it my way.
The problem with that is that's exactly what they would get when they put it in.
No, it's awful. Just get a bidet and end the whole controversy.
solved.
Yeah, it does cost a lot of money.
No, they're like $40 now, dude.
They got those little hoses that connect to the water pipe and stuff.
I think
Yeah,
if I was to get a bidet for the main bathroom, somebody would have a problem with it. I think I'm not going to mess with that.
Just tell them it doubles as a drinking fountain.
It's a drinking fountain for the dog. Yeah.
And with me, sharing space, as long as somebody's not in the bathroom with me, just like in the kitchen, if I'm cooking and somebody's in the kitchen with me,
yes.
I'll lose my shit.
Yeah.
I've had to share bathrooms before. And it's not my favorite thing.
And the other thing that has happened is they have one. Those. hangers you put on the back of your door. It kind of goes over the top of the door. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I have one of those in the bathroom, and so the bathroom door doesn't. If you don't push it and like make sure that it locks in place, it will pop open. And I was in the shower one day, and they decided right as I'm getting out of the shower and was grabbing the towel, they came right in without knocking or anything. The light was on.
Dear Penthouse Forum.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, she's 15. Never mind.
No, hey,
Yeah,
hey,
exactly, dude. That's
Sorry.
that's beyond
Off
not
limits.
okay. But yeah, it was just like she was like, "Oops," and I'm like, "Yeah, oops." Get out.
Oh man, yeah. No, I'm with Mike, man. Anybody comes into the kitchen while I'm trying to cook, if somebody try to come into the bathroom when I'm brushing my teeth or
Yeah,
something,
just not into it.
No,
It's like business,
out.
dude.
This
Yeah.
is my space
Yeah,
right now.
Just for a couple of minutes, bro.
yeah, that's
It's
all I
cool.
need.
Yeah.
Any other time?
I know. No, yeah. One time in Amsterdam, I almost had to throw down with this dude because
Oh, serious?
I just wanted 2 fucking minutes, and I was not in the mood, and he was a dick.
Yeah.
It was kind of a shitty.
In the bathroom?
Yeah, and like a shared space. It was in a hostel,
Yeah.
like shower room.
Well-
I was like, dude, I need 2 fucking minutes without anybody fucking with me.
I think the only time I've ever gotten angry with the teenager with the bathroom situation is like I was coming down the hallway. You could hear me walking down across the house. I was coming down the hallway to use the bathroom. I'm 50 something years old at this point. My bladder's not that great. So I was trying to get to the bathroom before my bladder was like, okay, we're done. And
Is that what it says?
yeah, and they
McConnell's brain.
no farther.
Gotten out of here.
they legitimately come running out of their bedroom, which is like 2 doors away, and ran into the bathroom. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah.
Just cut in front of you.
You're like,
Yeah,
I
I'm
gotta
like-
pee, dude.
That's when you bust through the door after they say,
Oh,
face
yeah.
it, we're younger and faster. And you're like, I'm older and I have more insurance. Mr.
It's like
No.
I was like, it's like if you don't hurry up, I'm just gonna go pee in your bedroom.
Well, you can't do that. That's.
I said that I wasn't going to do that, but I said that, and
Yeah, do you have a fenced backyard, dude? That's what God made backyard.
that's
Exactly.
kind of what I had to do because my bladder was just
Yeah,
not
no,
going
I
to
think
wait
that's
for them to
perfectly okay.
finish up.
Plan
Well,
stuff
back
like
to
that.
our advice. I think we're just saying,
Yeah, no, don't
you know,
steal your roommate's shit. Period.
don't ever take anything
Right.
without being offered,
definitely.
or if you ask and they say yes.
Yeah,
And you tried to be a good person and allow them to dive into your snacks. If you don't like it, just be an adult and say, "Hey,
Yeah, it's too much.
it's too much."
It's just too much. It's
I-
$30 a week in snacks you're eating, bro. Knock it out.
I say
all my fucking
at the
Oreos.
very least, you should replace anything you've taken. And that's what I try to do. I don't always have the opportunity to say, hey, do you mind if I have this? Because it's late at night and they're asleep. So I'm guilty of taking
Sure.
my roommate's stuff on
Yeah,
occasion.
I'm
but
turning my back to it.
I usually, but I'll
Yeah,
replace
my
it.
roommate's my old lady. And I
Yeah,
don't know. It's-
my
we have
roommate's
different
not
tastes.
my old lady, so
Snacks. Yeah.
But I replace it whenever I've eaten something that is not mine. So
Just buy some really weird snacks and then eat theirs. So you're like, fuck, mine are right here. You can eat these. But for everyone in big bold letters on fucking weird Spanish peanuts with
Dude.
fucking wasabi. Or
okay, you know what you think that's funny, but that's
Wasabi peanuts.
that's the kind of stuff one of my roommates actually does get.
Well, are they
So-
into it or it just sits there taking
No,
up
I think they
counter
actually are
space?
into it. Like every year, whenever they get like Halloween candy, when they get Halloween candy, they always go to like this. I guess this is like Wajimaya or something here in Renton. And they get all the weird like off-brand candies
Yeah,
that are like from,
Burundi.
candies from like Japan and fucking like Beirut and shit. You
Yeah,
know, just
fucking love it, dude.
weird
Yeah.
stuff that should not be labeled candy. Period.
Yeah. Well, it's got the sesame seed.
And they're like, and the last 2 years, like every time it's like, I don't know why nobody picks this stuff. It's like because they don't know what the fuck it is.
My daughter just had her 13th birthday party, had a
Oh,
bunch
shit.
of kids over, and it was kind of a Hello Kitty themed thing. So we went over to World Market, and they have a ton of like Hello Kitty snacks, right?
Used to be a Hello
And we
Kitty
didn't
shop
know.
over at the
It's
South
still,
Center.
it's down over by where Staples used to be, across from the Great Wall.
Okay.
Sure.
But so we bought all these anything Hello Kitty, right? We're buying sodas and all this stuff, and it was like, what actually in the fuck is this? It ended up being these little rice rolls, and they were actually pretty good.
Hey,
Talk about rice,
no, you
rice
got
candy.
No, it wasn't
$100
rice
a week
candy,
Jones
but-
for these. Yeah,
I've got a bunch. I should have brought you guys some.
it's just a different palette.
Yeah.
typically, which I really like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not. Yeah. And as far as because in our top 5 later
Yes.
is guilty pleasures.
Guilty
and one of mine is just tasting weird ass foods.
Nice.
It really is.
Nice. Nice. All right. Well, do you guys got anything positive to end this here 37 on? Anything new? Mike, I've seen the first season and 3 episodes of The Expanse.
Oh,
Yeah, I got the whole first
Remember
season
the
in.
Cant?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the Cant? And they've got the new ship, the Martian little gunship
Yeah.
shuttle, but I guess
Yeah.
that's that's going to be like the setting for the rest of the series,
yeah,
right?
Yep,
They're
yep,
on
yep,
that
they're-
ship.
they're-
So,
yeah, yep, the Rossi. It's a good boat.
yeah.
Yeah.
I really like, I know the effects aren't, they're good.
Sure.
They're good.
And the first couple seasons are Sci-Fi Channel.
Yes.
Before Amazon.
Yes.
Amazon throws more money at it.
But I like the way that, and I don't know what the propulsion is for these ships that they're in, but I like the fact that when you see like the shuttle disengage, that they have the little jets that sort of push it into position and stuff. Yeah, and it's really well done. The acting's good. I like the characters. I was surprised that medic guy got killed in the first season. I thought he was like going to be on the show for a while.
Yeah. Don't get attached to.
Friggin' head taken
Yeah.
off, man.
Oh, it's rough.
Crazy.
Just by-
Hey,
yeah.
spoilers, guys! I haven't watched.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, I like it because it's hard enough science fiction, right? Because it's all really plausible.
Yeah.
They do a great job.
Yeah.
And the characters are cool, and the politics is cool.
The action's good.
Yeah, I think so. I really enjoy it a lot.
Yeah.
Episode 3 dropped yesterday for Ahsoka, and
I thought
yeah.
today. All right.
out on Tuesdays. Tuesdays
Oh,
at 6 p.m. Pacific time.
Yeah.
Jeez, good job.
Watched
Thank you
the
for that.
first one and
I
was
enjoyed
liking it. So.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
There was lots of references to because one of the main characters is from Star Wars Rebels. There's lots of references to the show Rebels. Actually, there's 2 people from
the
Rebels.
Twi'lek, right?
The Twi'lek, 3, considering her,
Yeah.
Twi'lek, and the mayor of the town is also from Rebels as well.
Oh, all right.
The guy from Shawshank,
Clancy, yeah.
Clancy. Yeah.
Clancy Brown, yeah, he was also the Kurgan in the Highlander movie.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
yeah. No, that guy's been
And
and
he's
in
also-
Bad Boys
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Sean Penn.
He's
That's
also
right. Yeah.
He's also Mr. Krabs on SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh, he's Mr.
No.
Krabs?
Yes.
No, really?
Yes.
Did not know that. That's
around.
Dude,
great.
one of the funniest interviews I ever saw with him, he was like, "Yeah, didn't you know?" And he does the
Oh,
voice.
my God, that's great.
And he's like, these people are walking up with like 8x10s of the Kurgan from like 1986.
Oh, yeah.
And there's people up there with like SpongeBob merchandise, and they're
Nice.
like, "What the fuck is this?"
Oh, my God, that's
But yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got his autograph on my Shawshank Redemption
man.
poster.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was also
Yeah,
the
because he's going to throw him off the roof at one point,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
he was also the sergeant
did.
on the movie with the bugs.
Yeah, Starship Trooper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that guy's he's done great.
Yeah, he's been in a
done
lot of
great.
stuff.
Yeah, does he do conventions? Anybody seen
He
him in
does,
town?
yeah.
Jeez.
Because he's a
Yeah,
he's
geez,
a-
well, maybe we'll
Seattle next
yeah.
year, we'll-
Yeah.
hopefully. I mean, I haven't heard of him being at like any of. Well, actually, no. I think he has
Oh,
been to
yeah.
Emerald City. He has been to Emerald City, but not SummerCon yet. So
Nice.
maybe we'll get him next year in SummerCon. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
Clancy Brown makes an appearance, as well as like the other 2 characters from Rebels. And Mike was saying he thinks that
Yeah, I don't want to spoil this for anybody.
Well,
But
I
I feel very, 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 very very confident.
I want to talk about it though, because it's not necessarily true. It's a fan theory at this point, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And theory is a tough word there.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, the mystery Sith Lord that we see. Actually, would he?
I don't know if he's a lord, but he's
he's got a red lightsaber.
He sure does.
But,
that's right.
And he's obviously a force, force powerful.
Right. Mike seems to think that it might be Ezra.
It is for sure.
Yeah,
it is for sure.
I don't know if it could be a cool twist if it was Ezra, but I don't think it is.
Yeah.
What do they call him? Have they named him at all?
He does have a name. I don't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, he has a name.
Okay.
But it's.
I don't know that they did.
I've seen posts about it. It's like, who is this mysterious such and such? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, because there's no word spoken from him.
He doesn't say anything. He's about the right height for Ezra.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you.
So I mean,
and he's got a mask on.
He's got a full face mask.
And what was the lightsaber that the Inquisitors use with a spinny thing? Yeah,
those are really kind of cool, actually.
Well, are the Inquisitors, because I don't know anything about them, are they turned Jedi, or did they start from scratch becoming
I don't really
evil?
know. I don't really know. I thought all the Inquisitors were just Sith, but maybe they're not. I don't know.
No, because you can't have that many Sith, right?
There's always two, though.
Yeah,
but there was more Inquisitors than two.
Well,
So I don't. Are they just force sensitive?
I don't know.
Or were they Padawans that they took over?
Yeah, because the Inquisitors will.
Anakin kind of took care of that Padawan question. Oh, not Padawans. He just the younglings. Even worse. Even worse.
Yeah.
Jeez, Anakin.
And he was either in Rebels or it was in one of the other animated shows, but basically the Inquisitors will steal younglings.
Okay, there you go.
And make them, make them. But I think it's an interesting take that you have.
Oh yeah,
Mike.
I could see it. I could see it.
I think
old
that
Mike's
would be
been around the block, kids.
I think that would be cool to find out. This is just an idea.
And so we're going to get him back is the question.
I think what's going to happen is this is the kind of thing I would expect to happen anyway. There's going to be a huge battle between Ahsoka and Miss Ren, and I can't think of her first name right now. And the Inquisitors and that character that you think might be Ezra, and I think there's going to be a fight.
No, it'll be Ezra versus the new apprentice kid.
Okay,
for
so
sure.
They're like besties. Those two are besties.
So yes, so that's my point.
They're gonna fight, and he's gonna lose, and then she's gonna take the mask off to see who it is, and then she's gonna find out she just killed her best friend.
Yeah, I think Thrawn's gonna end up with him. Right, I think
he
the
might,
two heavies right now.
He might be Thrawn's apprentice.
I think he's going to end up being Thrawn's heavy.
Yeah.
Right. So he'll be a constant thorn in the side of Ahsoka and her apprentice.
I'm really looking forward to next Tuesday because this last episode was short, I think, and it was just like why are they inconsistent with the length of the episodes? This bothers me because like the first two episodes one was like 45 minutes, one was almost 50 minutes, and this one was like 37 minutes. Mm-hmm. I'm like. It felt like we were shorted, like
20 minutes.
Yeah, it could have been 20 minutes longer.
Will be 20 minutes.
Could have just been 20 minutes of Ahsoka in the shower. We would have taken that, right?
Rosario Dawson naked? Sure. Yeah, I'm not objecting.
Yeah, I like the character.
Yeah.
I'm in.
All right, well, I've got a quote here that goes with our theme of top 5. Well, our top 5 guilty pleasures in our bonus round, which you could see if you go to r-townpodcast.com and sign up for the members only section. It's only $3 a month or $30 a year.
Incredible.
And you get all kinds of stuff. I just posted another blog today. So get in there and check it out. We beseech you. So yes, tonight will be our top 5 guilty pleasures, and for that I found a quote by none other than Dave Grohl, who was talking about guilty pleasures, and he said, quote, "I don't believe in guilty pleasures. If you fucking like something, like it. That's what's wrong with our generation. That residual punk rock guilt, like, you're not supposed to like that. That's not fucking cool. Don't fucking think it's not cool to like Britney Spears' Toxic. It is cool to like Britney Spears' Toxic. Why the fuck not? Fuck you. That's who I am. God damn it. The whole guilty pleasure thing is full of fucking shit.
Dave Grohl
There you
for
go.
president.
I know. Honestly, everybody likes that guy.
I really, if you like something, like it. Don't not like something because you don't think other people are.
and it wasn't just, it's not just a punk thing. It's also like any music snob is gonna be like, you shouldn't like that because that's lame. You're a poser. Blah blah blah.
So now there's that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
But that's
upstairs and listen to my Britney Spears
Yeah.
records.
Go
I
upstairs.
don't think I've
listen to my
ever
Britney-
listened to Britney Spears in my life.
Shut up,
But
you
I
turd.
just was never around.
I'm gonna go upstairs and listen to my Britney Spears records.
Right on. People really like that lady.
But
Poor kid.
it was definitely a metalhead thing where if you liked certain genres of metal, then you weren't a real metalhead.
Unironically or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I just always consider that kind of a hip
Poser
thing. where you
Poser
gotta-
was used quite a bit back in the 80s and 90s as far as like
All right, well, there also were plenty of fucking posers, but
Yeah.
and that wasn't because they liked something. That's because they were just fucking not being real.
Yeah.
Right? It's like,
Yeah.
but yeah. Anyways,
All right, you guys got anything else for this week?
well, I'm gonna try to make it to the Dead Baby Bikes clubhouse Friday because they're having a get together and ride.
Nice.
So
Nice.
yeah, geez, that should be fun.
Yeah. What about you, Todd? Anything coming up?
something was happening this weekend and I can't remember what.
It's 3-day weekend in this country. For you in Indonesia and around the world, you might not get the Labor Day,
yeah.
but we got Labor Day this
right.
weekend,
Labor Day.
so we
Yeah,
got
geez, I can't believe-
3
yeah.
days.
Isn't like one of the big festivals happening this weekend then?
Yeah, it's Bumbershoot or something, isn't it? Or no?
By to
yeah, it's
Seattle?
Bumbershoot.
Or it's either by to Seattle or
it would be
Bumbershoot.
it would be Bumbershoot.
Yeah.
Which
One
I
of
think
the-
is like
yeah, 'cause
$50 a day or something.
Folk-
right?
What?
Yeah, Folklight
Yeah,
is the
it's
other
fucking
holiday. Yeah,
nuts.
I don't know. Labor Day
What-
is a big deal.
When did
Yeah.
they start charging for that shit? Because I remember going to that
I
for
think
free.
Bumbershoot's expensive. I'm not positive of that.
Oh my god!
Do
Of course, I haven't
research
gone
before
since
I
the
blurt
'90s,
that,
but yeah, I remember going to those things for free.
Yeah,
and you,
and a Folklife.
and you paid out the ass for food, but
Yeah.
it was really good food.
I guess it depends on what you want to see. And I mean, Bummers, both of them, they have tremendous amounts of other stuff besides the big stage acts, right? Like art and small film and writers.
Bumbershoot also has comedy too, though. Which
I
is
bet it does, sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's all art, all kinds
stand
of
up
different
and
art.
stand up comedy and music and I think there's even like the Seattle Film Festival has something happening
I'm
this
sure
weekend. I
they
think
do,
too.
Yeah.
But
Neat.
Yeah, right across the street on Saturday, we've got the food trucks here in Renton, right?
oh, maybe that's what I'm
What,
thinking of.
what day is that?
Saturday, I
Oh,
think,
geez,
right?
that makes sense.
So yeah,
I kind of forgot about that.
To come on down to downtown Renton and try out some food trucks. Going to
Food
be
truck.
a bunch of them here.
dude, I wonder if the Scooby Van will come to Renton. It's not actually called a Scooby Van anymore because Warner Brothers went after them.
Oh man,
They're
What, do
not-
they sell like Scooby
well,
snacks or something?
they had their food truck.
a mystery machine.
Their
looking-
food truck looked like the Mystery Machine, and they had like hot dogs. They sold like Puerto Rican style hot dogs.
Oh, I'm in.
And
Wonder what that
and the-
means.
and
I don't know, but I'm in.
yeah.
and actually, I think I sent you a link to their Instagram at one point because I was like,
hot link.
hot link, ha ha ha. But yeah, no, they had to change their name from Scooby Dogs to like Spooky Dogs because the copyright infringement.
Did they get to keep the mystery machine look?
Well, the van got repainted, so it still has the same color scheme, but it looks different.
Sure.
It's
well,
like
fuck,
the
that's
orange and yellow
copyright.
and blue.
That's what a
Let 'em
copyright
make
is.
a little
I
money.
know.
Jesus.
I know.
So it's small
give an inch.
small business trying to
I guess.
attach itself
yeah.
to something that's
But
been
there's
around for
also
52 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
54 years now. Jesus, it came out in it's 1969 is when Scooby Doo first started.
If you are an aspiring food truck purveyor and you want to use our town podcast, we can work something out.
Yes, we
just give
can.
us a call.
Even
or
if
we can.
email
you're
us.
an
Yeah.
existing,
What would our food truck have?
It'd just be like everything, right?
That'd be good.
I you know what the one food truck that I like, I wish I'd grabbed a business card or something because they made the best grilled peanut butter and jelly sandwiches I've
Oh,
ever
geez, I've
had.
never had a grilled peanut butter jelly sandwich
Oh
in
my
my
God,
life.
it
Like
was-
a panini with peanut butter and jelly?
It was. I don't know what a panini is, but it was like a grilled cheese sandwich, but instead of grilled cheese, it was peanut butter and jelly.
You're blowing my mind.
It was absolutely
Crazy. Am I
fantastic.
going to be trying that?
I didn't- I
What
don't
kind
know.
of jam though, or jelly?
Yeah.
I think it was just strawberry,
Yeah,
but
strawberry's my jam. There it is.
you know what? My stepdad
pun
when
intended.
I was a kid, my stepdad introduced me to because I was all about peanut butter and jelly when I was growing up. I still love it, but
Yeah.
he introduced me to you toasting some pieces of bread. And while the bread is still hot, you put on the peanut butter and it starts to get a little gooey. Then you put on the jam, but not just 2 pieces of bread, 3. And it's like really fucking good. And it's really messy.
It's like a peanut butter jelly Big Mac.
yeah.
So you just have wow. I don't
I've done that with grilled cheese, where you add an extra slice in
Yeah.
there, so you get the extra.
But
layer.
instead of cheese, you put on the peanut butter and let it get a little bit melty, and then put the jam on top of it, and then you have to clean up the mess afterwards.
Mike's
'cause
running home after this, going, "Honey, I know what we're having for dinner."
Yeah.
It's so
I just
good.
made grilled
You
cheese a
could-
couple days ago. So it's too
yeah.
soon. They
What
were
kind of
good, though.
cheese? What kind of bread?
This was the Fred Meyer, bakery sliced
The
garlic.
baguette.
So yeah, no, it's a loaf.
Love.
Oh
But,
yeah.
but my knife at home is the dullest bread knife.
So you
of all time.
crushed the loaf?
It's like chunks.
It's like a barbarian just went. It's so dumb.
Cut it with my teeth.
And I'm at Fred Meyer at least once a week.
Yeah.
Right? I could pick up another knife, but it's never
Never a top of mind.
ever on the list.
Yeah,
and I forget every time.
Yeah.
So what you should do is text yourself saying, "Remember to get a new knife to
Write it
cut."
down right now. New bread
What
knife.
kind of cheese are we throwing on there?
I always do like extra sharp or super sharp cheddar.
I usually do
goat cheese
sharp
down
cheddar.
the middle, and then smoked provolone.
Okay.
So that's the triple layer there, right? So
I
it's
get-
provolone, cheddar shredded, right?
Yeah.
And then a goat cheese.
Nice.
But yeah, actually, I think
That's good.
that's definitely what I'm going to eat when I get home. Is I'm going to make myself one of those sandwiches because I haven't had one in forever, and I hadn't thought about that in forever.
And then tomato soup with and then in mine I put a little bit of sour cream
Nice.
and the Tabasco brand chipotle pepper sauce, smoked chipotle. It is so.
you had me a tomato soup.
Oh
Hey.
fuck! It's good, dude. It's
Now-
good.
Now that we have 1,000 followers on
Oh, yeah.
YouTube, maybe we should try to start doing like live streams while we're recording. Because we can do that now, I think, because we
geez.
have 1,000 followers.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I hold a bottle of Tabasco, will they have to pay us?
No, but
Tabasco.
no, but they might
Probably
monetize
sue us.
our video, and then we won't get any money
Oh,
for
bummer.
it. from it.
Well, that's worse.
They'll get the money.
But Tabasco, I would do ads for you. And Cholula, either, right? Because they both have delicious smoked chipotle pepper sauce. It's so
I don't
good.
do spicy.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's not terribly spicy, and
No,
you
it's
really
not.
can't.
It's just a little kick,
It's
right?
just a little.
Yeah.
And it's not it doesn't attack you, right? It's much more subtle. And like even just a dash, like in a bowl of soup, if you put 2 drops in,
Seriously, pico de gallo is a bit much for me.
man.
I'm such a weenie when it comes to spicy stuff.
Try your next one. Last one I made was brie with a little balsamic and grilled onions on there. And
Nice.
that was,
man.
That's a sandwich.
and you could throw
That's
a little
Yeah.
turkey or something on there too if you wanted a little meat in there. But
Jeez, no, that's a nice sandwich.
yeah. All right, you guys are making me hungry. Let's end this sucker and come back and do our bonus round for those of you who are willing to pay us a tiny bit and stick around.
Do it.
The rest of you suckers, we'll see you next week
Right
from
on.
around the
Thanks for
world.
being here. Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, each and every one. Each and every one.
Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you think this episode is worth $1 or $5, the boys would love to have it. Please go to ourtownpod.store for merch or to donate now. For less than a cup of coffee, you can also join the website in the member-only area for exclusive bonus content, vlogs, and more. It's just $3 a month or $30 a year. Thank you for listening to this production of Our Town Podcast Extraordinaire.